Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Shiza from Center for Corporate and Community Development, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Utah. Today, we're presenting a webinar titled Unleash Your Creative Genius by Mr. Jayaraman Srinivasagam. Mr. Jaya is a Think Busan licensed instructor. He is a true enthusiast of memory systems and mind skills. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat box in your Zoom control panel. Mr. Jaya will bring them up during the Q&A session at the end of this webinar. For Utah students and staff, please sign your attendance in the link posted in the chat box. Without further delay, let us turn the time over to Mr. Jaya.
Hi, Shiza. Thank you for the great introduction. One second, can you guys hear me? Can you hear? All right, okay, right. Thank you, Shiza, for the introduction. Welcome, guys. Today, I'm going to help you guys to bring out your genius. You might think, oh, that's a big promise. Are you sure I'm a genius? Okay. Now, you guys can use the chat box and chat with me while I share with you all the ideas in the screen. And let me get started. I shall not, because the time is very short. It's only about an hour plus. But I put in the chat box if you guys are excited about becoming the genius that you potentially can become. Put in a yes if you like that. Okay, yes, excited. Fantastic. All right. You know what? Just like you are excited, I am excited to share as well. And just to share with you, I have been giving talks with Utah since 2004. I think some of you are not even born at the time, right? Okay, maybe just 1 year old at the time. So I've been talking and being going around so many states in Malaysia, almost every state in Malaysia, talking to schools. I have personally traveled to 9 countries. I mean, including Malaysia, I've gone to 9 countries, spoken to about 78,000 people, mostly face-to-face, now, of course, online as well. And I have been doing this for 25 years. And by the way, I am also an ex-Tarshan. I'm not a Ketarian, but I'm an ex-Tarshan. You know Tarshan, right? Tunku Abdul Rahman College, because the time Utah was not there yet when I was studying. And whatever I learned, I'm going to share with you today. I learned it during my college days, and also after that, I continue learning. So anyway, there's a little bit about myself, and let's get started. I don't want to waste too much time talking about myself. It's all about you today. So unleash your creative genius. This is what today's topic is all about. Let me get started by asking you guys a question. Right? Please do take part. Please do ask me any questions you have. You can also put in the chat box anytime. Don't worry about disrupting me, not a problem. I don't mind. But when I ask you some questions, do put in the chat box the answers that I ask you for. Tell me, how many squares can you count here? Tell me, how many squares are there total? Okay, someone says 17, 24, 20, 30. Joe says 20. Who else? Are you guys counting or are you just guessing? Kim Fei, you put 30 there. Did you count or did you guess? 22, 27. Okay. So far, one person has given the right answer. Let me see. 18. Catherine says 30. Catherine, did you count or did you guess? Catherine C. You count. Okay, you counted. Okay. Okay, the answer is exactly 30 actually. For the rest of you who didn't see 30, let me share with you how to get 30. Very quick one. See, there's 4 by 4 here, right? 4 by 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. And then if you see, there are also some 2 by 2 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle, 5. This way there's 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plus 16 gives you 25. And then there's some 3 by 3 squares. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 25 plus 4 gives you 29, and the big square here add together becomes 30. But some students will tell me very interesting. They say, but Jaya, did you forget there is one more square here? So it becomes 31. It's okay, 31. I see 30, strictly speaking. But if you want to add this square here, there's 31. But the squares alone, they are 30. Now, the reason I show you this is because you see, a lot of people in life are just living their life at limited capacity. They don't go beyond what they are already doing right now. They say that, oh, I did accounting in college, but I don't practice accounting, although I do have a small accounting practice. But the point is that I don't do that full time. Why? Because that doesn't excite me. It's not something that, well, accounting is fine for some people, but although I studied, I don't find it, it doesn't resonate with me. Let's put it this. Because for me, I like things that are exciting, challenging. So training and speaking, talking to you people, young people like you, that excites me a lot. So what I did was I learned how to become a better speaker. I learned communication skills, how to do virtual seminars. And because of that, I also sharpened my knowledge on certain skills, like mind skills. And today that has taken me to so many countries. Just like that, if I had just stuck to my accounting, that is like looking at this square and looking at myself as a 16. Well, I can only do this. Someone can ask you, why don't you try something? Oh, no, I can't. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the capacity, or I don't have the connections. I don't have this. I don't have that. Oh, I'm too old, or I'm too young. Whatever it is, all these excuses will keep us from growing. Like, for example, you keep it is 16 boxes here. Can you see the 16 squares? Many people live their life within the square. They put a square around themselves. This is it. That's my life. Then when someone can say, hey, can you see there's a few more squares you can explore? But then they might give excuses again. Someone say, you can do it. Go, come on, you can do it. Then they say, okay. They push themselves a little bit. And then if someone comes and say, hey, there are 20 here. Maybe I can go beyond that a little bit. But you see, the people who are really successful, people who are really happy, are those who bring out the total potential of themselves. That's what I mean by genius. Genius doesn't mean that you're going to change your hairstyle like Einstein and become like Einstein and come up with some physics formula that nobody else can understand. No, it's not like that. You can be a genius in anything. You know the uncle who fries kway teow by the roadside? You know, some kway teow sellers make more money than doctors. Would you believe that? Put in a yes if you agree. You know the kway teow selling uncle, non-stop, You can ask him for kway teow, he say, tunggu tengah jam baru dapat. Kita orang mayok orang datang lagi kita mau bikin tak boleh tunggu je kap. They're so busy. They're making 20,000-30,000 a month. Some doctors make about 5,000-10,000 a month. And this fellow's got no education. The doctor spent 7 years, not 7 years, 12 years after college. They had to go to do their housemanship, another 5 years serve in the government, then only open a clinic. Here this fellow just learned how to make kway teow from his dad. Maybe his dad has a kway teow stall, and now, see, the point is, why is he doing so well? Because he's a genius in kway teow. Lee Chong Wei, is he a genius? Maybe he failed maths, but nobody cares. Because he's a genius in the badminton court. Yes or no? Mercy, did he pass his English? We don't know. Nobody asked him that. Siti Nurhaliza, the singer who makes 100,000 ringgit per concert. One concert, 100,000. That means you go and just maybe sing 5 or 6 songs. I love you all. And people have to give her 100,000 ringgit. Is she a genius? Yes, in music. Isn't it? Don't ask her to make kway teow, she can't. The point, students, is this. You can become a genius in anything. The choice is yours, not anybody else. Because your success is not in anyone's hand, but it's in your own hands. Don't ever blame anybody. Don't say, oh, my parents did do this. Oh, my teachers did. Oh, my lecturers did. Oh, the economy is so bad. Stop giving excuses. And remember this. Do you agree that the more you learn, the more you earn? Yes or no? But when I say learn, doesn't mean your books are things in life, about skills. That's what I mean by a lot of people say, oh, but you know what? A lot of people are very highly educated, but not making much. I said, I'm not talking about books. I'm not talking about degrees. I'm talking about, yes, if you know how to use them, of course you have to know how to use them. You know, of course, definitely, it's like, if you don't use anything, it's just like, if you have a payong, you have an umbrella at home, it's raining and you decide, or you forgot to take the umbrella, then you still get wet. You see, so knowledge is the same. Knowledge and skill, if you don't use it, of course, it's useless, right? So we have to put it to use, definitely. There is, now, do you agree with Tom Peters? He's one of the greatest authors on management in the 1980s. He said this, there is no excuse for not being great. Now there's a double negative here. No, and not. So that means you can be great. Do you agree that you can be great? You can become, you have the potential to be amazing. If I said you are a potential genius, would you agree with that statement? What's the word? You are a potential genius. Would you agree with that? Come on. Hey guys, come on. I want some answers, okay? Don't just listen. Oh, well, I don't know. It's okay to disagree with me. No problem. You can say, no, I can't. I failed maths in school before. I am not a genius. But I didn't say you're a genius. I said what? You are a potential genius. You know what's the difference between genius and potential genius, right? Potential means 可以啦, boleh lah, can be. Potential. Like the 可以咯. You guys can speak Cantonese or not? Is it yeah, so, and by the way, I speak Cantonese, so don't be surprised. Okay. See, the point is this, you can be a genius. Hokkien. I only say Chiapabe. I don't speak Hokkien. I'm not from Penang. Penang people speak Hokkien. I am from Ipoh, Mali. Ipoh, all Cantonese people. Ipoh, Mali. Yes, exactly. Okay. Esther, then don't ask me to speak Hokkien. I shall ask you Chiapabe. Okay, anyway, let's move on to this. See, and the point is, you know, I am not Chinese, or maybe I am, but I'm not. But still, I speak your language, right? How come? This is what I mean by we can learn anything. Okay, I speak Cantonese, you can speak English, you can learn anything. The students, remember this. It's all in your own hands. You just have to put your mind to it. Okay, are you a creative genius? Are you asking this, right? Are you a creative genius? Today we're going to look at how much we are. Okay, I want to ask you guys to do something. I hope you have pen and paper with you. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to just look at these symbols, memorize them. Okay, memorize that. 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to memorize it. Then after you go to, I'm going to test you. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. Write out the symbols as you saw. Take a piece of paper, pen, Try and recall those symbols for 1 to 10. This is a new set of symbols which is coming out soon. Not like kidding you. This won't come out anywhere. It's just to test you. If you're finished, just put done so you can check your answers. Sudana. Don't worry, even you can't recall all, never mind. I'll show you in 2 minutes how you can get all correct. Okay, good. Somebody's done. What are the rest of you? Okay. Most of you done. Okay, great. Okay, let's check our answers, huh? Check and tell me how many you got correct. Put in the chat box. Anybody got all 10 correct? Quickly, come on. Taking so long to count. Let me see if we got 5 or 6 or maybe some of you got 10 correct. I don't know. 5, okay. 2, 6, 3, 7, 1 to memory easily. Okay. Wow. Because some people get all correct. Ho Sheng Yu. Okay. Who got 10 correct? You got 5 right. Sarah's got 5 right. Some got 10 correct. Some, okay, so it's between, so the lowest is 5, the highest of course 10. Quite a few got all correct. Amazing, not bad. Okay, for the rest of you didn't get correct, all correct. Okay, those of you got all correct, can you tell me how you got it? Did you some kind of pattern there? Joe and Tan Shooting. Okay, you saw a pattern. Okay, what is the pattern? 1 to 5 is the opposite of 10 to 6. 1 to 5 is the opposite of 10 to 6. Do you know, huh? Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, right. But I give you an easy. Yes, exactly. Ironing, you got it absolutely. The tic-tac-toe diagram. In fact, if you look at your phone, which you dial all the time, your phone dial is exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's try that one more time now. Let's try that one more time and see if all of you get it correct. Try that. HM is it? Wow. So those of you who managed to see the pattern, that means you're seeing beyond what most people are seeing. Most people just see it as something random. I don't see anything there. You see, these are people. Oh, have you finished? Have you guys finished? I'm sure all of you got correct now, right? Isn't it? Because when you do this, then you can see, oh yeah, this is 1, 2. Of course, 10x very easy lah. You know, if you know in Roman numerals, 10 is also x, very easy. So it's just a matter of especially 1 to 9, and you can see that the 1 to 9 there. Then if you see the pattern, then you are being able to think out of the box. Seeing you're not just like the ordinary people out there who are like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I don't have this. I'm not so smart. I can't. But you say, hey, wait a minute. There must be something to this. There must be a way. There's surely a solution. When you look at things with that kind of a mindset, you know what happens? Things would suddenly click. Wait a minute. Huh? You know, the so-called geniuses, the people who say, we say genius, they're not born geniuses. Would you agree with that? Nobody is a born genius. You think what, Steve Jobs was born with a special brain. Einstein was given a gift by God. God sent him to it. Okay, Einstein, you will be a genius in the world. Have you heard the story that Einstein actually failed maths in school? Have you heard that story? His teacher has told him, you'll amount to nothing, idiot, stupid. Today, we don't remember the teacher, but we remember Einstein. Isn't it amazing? The people who were called stupid became geniuses. If he was a born genius, do you think he would have failed maths in school? No way, right? All right. Okay, the next test is you guys are going to remember all these numbers. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. You must memorize every digit. How is that? 可以不可以啊? Who wants to take this challenge? You say, oh my God, no way. Where did you get this speaker? Crazy guy ask us to do all this nonsense. Yes or not? Okay, I won't ask you to do that. Because I know all of you are like, huh? What? Really? Sure not. But you know something? Anybody can learn to remember all these numbers if there is a system to it. By the way, these numbers are still random, all random numbers. You can take back and go through and see if there's any pattern. There's no pattern whatsoever at all. But if I told you there's some crazy people in this world who can remember all these numbers, and there's one crazy fella who's talking to you all right now, would you believe me? Would you believe if I told you that I know all these numbers in the right positions? Do you believe me or not? Put in a yes if you believe me. Yes. Okay. So no need to test me now. Want to test me, is it? You want to test or don't want? Are you sure or not? Really no or not? Maybe don't know leh. Oh, you want to test me, is it? Okay. Okay, how to test me? You know what? You just put in the position, like, you know, C3 or H9 or B4 in the chat box. But of course, I cannot see lah. You put, and then one of the admins, maybe Iris, can you read out the position for me so I will tell what it is? I'll close my eyes, okay? Iris, you're here, right? Iris?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I let the students to put in the numbers, and then wait, I close my eyes first. You say this thing, see already, I8, don't. I tutup mata first. Okay, go.
I8.
Iris, please. I8. That's not someone I already saw the I8. But anyway, I8 should be 7527.
Okay, correct. And
Come on.
3H.
Is 0216, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Is it right?
Yeah, it's correct. The next one will be G9.
Should be 9227.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Next one will be E.
Oh,
Continue.
I thought I just want to demonstrate one or two.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think this is the last one.
Okay,
E7.
Okay. What 7?
E7.
E7, E7, is it starting with 6?
Yeah.
6720.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. I know you students, some people. Oh, K1. Okay, somebody asked me K1. Okay, K1 should be 9315. Who asked me K1? HM. Okay, right. HM, 9315, correct now. Put in yes or no first. You're right, 9315, you know. No. Actually, there is K. God. But there's only visible for some very special people. This one, gifted people can see the K row. The rest cannot see. Don't worry. That means you're one of the gifted ones. You know what I mean now? HM. Some people, every time I do this, sure, some people ask me the KRO one, sure, because I'm, out of 1,000 people, one person will have the gift to see the KRO. So don't worry. It means you are the special one. It's just like some people can see hantu, some cannot. You know, right? So you say, I sense a ghost in the house. You say, no, nothing. There is. Those kind of people are special. They have the gift. Okay. Okay. I ask you this. Do you agree that in this age of this modern age, the internet age, the information age, the knowledge age, whatever you call it, you need to learn faster? That means you must pick up things as you go along. You cannot say, wait, give me some time, let me go and learn slowly and then come back and then hey, hello, you're going to be lost. You're going to be left behind. The whole world is moving at such tremendous speed that if you are a slow learner, technology is changing, apps are coming out, what worked 5 years, 1 year ago doesn't work today. Facebook is changing its algorithms every day or every week. I don't know. I mean, just Facebook is just one of it. I mean, so many other things are coming, making our lives easier. If you still use, like, for example, when I first started training, what I was using? I was using the OHP, overhead projector. You guys know what's the overhead projector? Go to the museum, you'll find one. It's like a machine. It's like a light machine where you put a transparency, and then you write on it, you put a plastic paper there, and then and I started using that for the first 15 years of my training career. And then when PowerPoint came, I was lost. Oh my God, I call up my friend, hello, can tell me about this thing called PowerPoint? I'm so scared. No? He said, just like word lah, I just go and then feed it around, you'll know it. I said, no, it's so scary. I don't know. To use word. I said, yeah, can be just follow just same thing. So I also went and took the trouble and then tried. Oh, okay, now I'm doing PowerPoint, you guys. See, of course, PowerPoint is, you say, yeah, this is very old technology. Yes, I know. But what my point is that I was someone who had to change. Can you imagine? I still use OHP. I cannot run this very seminar with you people. Maybe I can show it on my wall. So can you all see this OHP? I put OHP there. Can you imagine that? Work smarter now. You cannot work. If you work, people say work hard to do. There's only one animal that works hard, the bull. If you work hard like a bull, you get bull something. No, the point is that you have to work smart. Because if you work smarter, then you have a competitive edge. And also another thing is you must be more creative. Do you know CEOs, or for those of you students out there from Utah, do you know when you come out and go to work, do you know that IBM, guys, you heard about IBM, right? The one that's coming, the computer, Lenovo, Chris, it used to be IBM anyway. IBM did a survey of 5,000 CEOs of companies and asked one question. What is the most important thing you look for in the next person you employ into your company? What is the one thing you think is very valuable? Guess what they said? Creativity. 60% of the CEOs said we want someone, and one word, creativity. Not good looking, good communication skills. Well, all those, communications are important. PR skills, how to get along with people, all those are important. Yes, important, very important. Yes, team player, important. But they said, number one, 第一课, creativity. So students, when you go out there, when you finish your college, you're out in the workforce, so you're trying to get a job. And if you just can answer the questions they ask you, and you can say, well, I got my degree. A lot of people will have the same degree as you. But if you can display your creativity, let's say during the interview, you can, if he says, okay, what will you do for a company if you were to join us? And you give some creative ideas, ask you, is your chances of getting the job much higher? Yes. And you can say, you know what, if I were in your company, if I were the CEO, I would do this. Don't tell the CEO, I say, you know, if I would think if you did this, your business will grow. And this is what I am passionate. And this is what I'm excited to come in and be part of this organization and grow together. The fellow will be impressed, isn't it? Yes or not? He'd be like, you are the right candidate, man. See, students, remember this. Creativity is highly valued these days. What do you think made people like Elon Musk amazing? I mean, you all know Elon Musk, right? You guys know Elon Musk or not? Don't know who's Elon Musk? The football player. No football player. But the point is that, isn't he is damn creative? Isn't that guy really like, isn't he a visionary? People can't even think about it. He already thought and implemented. He said, this is the way. And do you know he was born in a very humble family in Africa, broken, no husband, father and mother. He was a beaten child. His mother got beaten by his father, and they escaped from Africa to come to America. So your background doesn't matter. It's not where you start. Do you know, students, if I told you this, that when I was in college, up to college, I was a very, very shy person. I was an introvert. I can't talk. I'll avoid talking to people. I had very few friends. I only had one friend in the college, and that was maybe because he pitied me. He became my friend. And I will never raise my hands in class. And I had a terrible disease called the Hugo disease. You know, the Hugo disease, put in a chat box, UGO. You know, the Hugo disease is when a lecturer asks for a volunteer, I look at a boy or girl and say, Hugo la? And I would pretend to be very busy in class as if I'm writing something. Ask your students, is any of you like that? Anybody say, you go student, you go lo, lay lo, you go lo. Kamu la pergi. Are you there? See, the point is this. Although I was there, one of my lecturers scolded me. He said, why are you so like this, like an idiot? I said, what do you mean, sir? I never see you take part in anything. I said, well, I'm born shy, sir. He said, don't be stupid. Nobody's born shy. And he gave me a book to read called See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. You know something? That book changed my life. Because the book said, do the thing that you fear and your fear will disappear. Huh? That means it was, you know, in essence, you're saying action cures fear. So what's creativity, students? You tell me, what is creativity? Put it in the chat box, because this unleash your creative genius, right? So what is Shamoha? Creativity, Shamo, right? Why you guys very quiet? I don't see any response. Sudah tertidur. Do things in not normal but workable way. Okay, think out of the box. Innovation. All of you are right. Let me just, all of you say think out of the box. Okay, I'm going to talk about think out of the box because you're saying think out of the box. See, innovation, Joe, is the next step from creativity. Innovation is different from creativity. Creativity is where you come up with the ideas. Innovation is where you implement the ideas. Do you get what I'm saying? But of course, you cannot have innovation without creativity. But you can have creativity without innovation. You get what I'm saying? That means you can be creative, but don't do anything that's not implementing. You don't implement it, then it's still not innovation. Because a lot of people have a lot of ideas. They're creative, yeah, wow, but they don't do anything. Then that creativity is not useful. Okay, let me share with you my idea of creativity. There are three things only. Creativity is about, number one, is making connections. Connect things that are not connected. So remember just now I gave you the 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise. Some of you saw the connection. Hey, wait a minute. It looks like the tic-tac-toe. Oh yeah, man. Or it looks like a phone dial. Oh yeah, man. So you make a connection. Do you know your telephone is a connection connecting two different technologies? You know what are they? You might say, oh, the telephone, handphone, I'm talking about mobile phone. You know what technology is combining? One is the telephone technology, which was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Have you heard of Alexander Graham Bell? The man who invented device and communication, Yongmei? Yes, but is the telephone technology. And do you know, when I was your age, there was no such thing as mobile phones. There was only the normal dial phone, and not this kind of dialing. Huh? You know the dial where you go and there's a round dial. You go the kind of thing. That's the phone. And somebody, one smart guy, whoever it was, he came and said, what if I can take this wireless technology, like the radio technology, you know, and I would combine it with the telephone technology and make it a wireless telephone. And today, almost everybody carries a mobile phone. Why? Because somebody made a connection between wireless technology and telephone technology, and boom, you got it. So that's how students, remember this. If you want to become creative, you got to take things which are not connected and connect them. You will become a genius. You will become creative. Okay, let me give you in real life other things. You know, last time, before Amazon and before eBay or even Lazada, people are selling things. You have to go somewhere and buy the things. Yes. Now you buy things, or I shop online. A lot of things I buy online. Why? Because eBay started that idea. Somebody said, can I use internet and connect it for people to want to sell things? Okay, so variations. You know variations? You're open to try new things. You know, some people, they're so stuck in the way they think, so what's the way I say? So routine. Every day breakfast, say. Dinner, say. You know, some people go to the restaurant. Let's say you follow them. Let's say your friend, let's say Joey is with you, and she goes there and sits down and she doesn't order anything. And the guy brings kway teow, goreng, and teh o limau ice. And then the waiter asks you, what do you want? You say, well, give me some nasi goreng. And you say, how come? Hey, you didn't order? The guy already know what to bring. Say, yeah, it's always the same. This kind of people are non-creative. Third is people who say yes to impossibilities. People tell you, you can't do it. Cannot be done. Nobody has done it before. Don't even try. Don't waste your time. Hello. Say, don't worry about me. You don't have to justify to people. You just can say, yeah. Don't go and fight with them. Don't go and try to argue and say, I can do it. No. He said, yes, sir. I have done that many times. Do you believe, students, that in my life, I have never worked for a salary in my life, only 6 months. That also because my friend gave me and offered me a job. Apart from that, from day one, after leaving college, I have started a tuition center. I have sold insurance. I've sold durians on the street. I have sold, I don't know, name it. I have done it. I've sold t-shirts. I have sold exhibition space. I have never worked for a salary. People say, impossible, man. You mean you never worked for a salary? I was not doing a big business. My father didn't give me a business to start, nothing. I was just doing odd jobs, this. I survived. I even bought 2 Mercedes in my life. I sent my boy to international school. My own thing. Today, I meet my old classmates. They say, what did you work as? I said, I didn't have any job. They say, really? I didn't have a job. I was jobless. All my life, I'm jobless. How you survive? I said, I don't know. Today, I'm a business owner, Yongmei, yes. But I did not start up as a business owner. You hear me? most people will work first, get the experience, and then start that kind of business, right? You know, even becoming a trainer, I told you I've been training for 25 years, right? I became a trainer by accident. Seriously, remember I told you I was a very shy person? And in 1996, you people were not even born at the time, someone invited me to give a presentation at Polytechnic Umpama. They said, Mr. Jaya, boleh buat satu ceramah untuk kami? I said, ceramah? Apa tu ceramah? They said, itu yang peta minda, because I used to know mind mapping and memory skills. Peta minda dan daya peringatan. Because I was doing that for my students. You see, I remember I was running a tuition center, small, tiny tuition center, teaching them how to do memory, mind mapping, and mathematics, and English, teaching them then. I'm going to do a presentation. Reluctantly, still, that time I was using the OHP. I mean, somebody, even the OHP, I don't know how to do, somebody made it for me. So I was doing that. And I 1 hour literally shivering. But today, from someone who was shy, introvert, today I've spoken to thousands of people. Even in Utah Kampa, you know Utah Kampa, I spoke to 1,000 students at one go. Okay. Okay, remember these students. Let me talk about how the brain works. Let me ask you, can you trust this man? Can or cannot? Don't know. Can trust or not? Tell me. See, creativity is just about making connections. And more importantly, is variations, right? Sometimes you look at a problem and then you just look at it. And if you were to keep looking at it and look for the answers, the answer might just come out. But if you, at a casual, you know, most people look at a problem and they don't solve the problem because they think, they don't even want to think. You know, George Bernard Shaw, the great English writer, he said this: 2% of the people think, 2%, 100%, 2%. 3% think they think. Yeah, I'm thinking. I think. Oh, 95%, he says, would rather die than think. Isn't it interesting? How many percent of the world think? 3%? I think. 95% you put a gun at their head and say, think, or I'm going to shoot you. Shoot, I cannot think. That means they would rather. Don't lie, can't simply call people liar. Why? Yes, sir. So cannot trust, huh? Why? Because if you look very carefully, the word liar appears on his face. Can you all see that now? It's just a matter of changing your perspective. So solving problems, students, is not about having the answers given to you. It's about you looking and looking, and then it will just come. Okay, I'm going to share with you the methods of doing it. So remember this, your brain is like a sleeping giant. And you know, sometimes you all read something and you can still get it wrong. What was that just now? What is the sentence you read? Did you read the sentence? Come on, fight it on. Can you put in the chat box? What is that? Did you get it? Did you say Paris in the spring? Yes. Is it Paris in the spring? You got it right. You managed to read or not? Okay, let me show you one more time. You got it? Paris in the spring? Put in a yes or no. Come on. I'm going to do the, okay. Very clever, you're very smart. Okay, Paris in the spring. Fantastic. So modeling genius. Did you all see a skull just now? Yes, sir. Did you see a skull? Ah, a skull. Very sharp, but you're very quick. You can see the skull so fast. I just show you for 1 second, you still got it. My God. You people are brilliant. I tell you, you know, students, I tell you, I like students like, you know why? Even if I don't tell you I'm going to show a skull, but you saw the skull, but actually it's not a skull. You look carefully. Who told you skull? Two people having a drink. It's the same picture. What do you say skull? Some people see skull, you look carefully, it's not a skull. The backdrop is actually a window. Now the point, okay, it's not just are you this remember this. Sometimes students, when you look at a problem, most people see this as this, they jump to conclusions. Why people cannot solve problem? Let me tell you, number one is people jump to conclusion, and most times when they jump to conclusion, it is wrong. You tell me, okay, you see it is very small. Now you look again. I show you this. Can you see the two people there now? Can or not? Can you see the two people and the window there? These are actually glasses, and this is actually the table. Can you see that? This is just a table. So it's the way our brain is designed. Remember this, huh? Our brain is designed in such a way we fall into certain patterns, and these patterns can be wrong. So when we see something, we assume. So we assume exactly. It's about looking at a bigger picture. Yes, when you sometimes you see things, or you look at somebody say something, oh, I think I know what you mean. Actually, it's not, because you didn't even listen to them completely. You look at somebody wearing a shorts and a simple t-shirt, or you think this fellow must be very poor. He could be a millionaire. Yes or no? Because you haven't even spoken to him. You just one look, this fellow sure pokai wana, show no money na. But you look at one fellow wearing, tie, coat, long pants, looking very sophisticated, wearing Ray-Ban, not real Ray-Ban as well, wearing a Rolex watch, then also pasang malam, Rolex. You think the fellow is very rich, yes? Because you look at it, how do you like my watch? Nowadays you can buy 10 ringgit watch that looks so much like the real Rolex. Now you're like, wow, this fellow, wow, sure fellow. You're making an assumption, students. You can talk to him a few minutes, then this fellow pokai. Okay, now. Creativity is about making connections, variations, saying yes to impossibilities. Okay, I'm going to show you all something as well. Remember just now we counted the 16, 20, 30 squares here? Remember the same one? Need to be rich inside. Assets not rich in appearance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not just about riches. I'm not talking about other things as well. Sometimes we tend to judge a situation as well. You know what I mean? Like you look at the people, look at the COVID situation right now. We all think, oh, it must be like that. What the government telling us is correct. May not be. Okay? A lot of things may not be true. We have to look beyond. So don't assume. Don't assume. I better do your own research. Whatever is, do your research, find out. But there are shortcuts of doing something. Let's say this is a way of counting squares. Just on your counter, right? Give you a shortcut. Just like we did this exercise. See, let's say this is 1 by 1. So is one square means 1 times 1. Here there's 1 square and 2 squares. So it's 1 times 1 plus 2 times 2. Can you see that? So it is 5. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Here you got a 3 by 3 square. You got 1 square, 2 square, and 3 square. So it's 1 times 1, 2 times 2, and 3 times 3.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about the technical problem here. Mr. Jaya will connect back with us, yeah? Please stay tuned. Welcome back, Mr. Jaya. Can you unmute your mic?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Still have the. I didn't realize that my battery was. I guess. Sorry, students, for the. I'm back. Okay, are you following along? Just now, remember this is this square. There are actually 14 squares here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the big one, 14. So let's see this. So it's 1 times 1, 2 times 2, and 3 3. You add it together, so it's 14. 1 plus 4 plus 9. So here, the same thing that you did just now is 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, and 4 by 4. So it's 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, and 4 times 4, which is 1, 4, 9, 16. You get 1, 4, 9, 16, which is 30. Got it? Now, I'm going to give you a 5 by 5 square. Tell me how many you have. How many squares do you think there are total in a 5 by 5 square like this? Tell me. Anyone? Oh, 55. Hui says 55. What about the rest of you? Ken says 55. Okay, all of you say, Catherine says. Now, how did you get 55? I believe you use the formula, yes? The formula which says, see, up to 4 times 4 is 30. So you just add up 25 and you get 55. Now, how did you get this answer so quickly? All of you got it correct. Is it because suddenly become smarter, suddenly become more creative? You say, oh, yeah, no, because I've shared with you a formula and the formula works. And you know what, students? I am a strong believer in methods. I always believe that there is a method of doing things which makes it easier. Anything you do in life can be done the hard way or the easy way. So I teach people how to do the easy way. Is that good? I believe in methods. Just like, so I'm going to look at, because many of you mentioned think out of the box, so I'm going to share with you how to actually think out of the box. But then you know what? Nobody has ever explained to you how the box works or what is the box, because people in the box are like this man inside the bottle. You're stuck. You cannot come out. Have you seen some people? They are so uncreative. They only think in one way. Every time you tell them something, they say, oh, must be good. Can it be this way now? They say, can I try another way? They say no. But actually, you have to understand what is the box first. Has anybody explained to you what's the box? Yes or no? Can I give you my explanation of the box? And my explanation is so easy, so simple, you will never forget it. I can ask you maybe even 10 years from now, and you still remember what the box is. And you cannot Google this. Huh? I didn't Google it to find this. This is my own, I won't say invention, but it's something an idea I came up with. And you tell me whether it makes sense or not. By the time I finish, you tell me whether or not it's easy and sensible, something that you can make sense to you, basically. Okay, and it's very simple. My definition of the box is A, B, C, D. Only 4 things. You want to find out? Let's find out. See, if people are here and you are out of the box, that will increase your chances of being happier, being more creative, living a more successful life. Okay? I've already given you the answer. You know what the A stands for in? I've already given you the answer. Oh God. A stands for assumptions. A stands for what? Assumptions. Students, do you agree that we all make assumptions every day? I made an assumption just now, right, that my battery is my laptop battery. I didn't even think about it. See, look at that. Oh, okay, we all make assumptions. Are your assumptions always right? Tell me. Every time I assume, sure, correct one. Yes, sir. Really? You make assumptions, sure, correct. 50-50. Okay, sometimes okay. See, the thing is, I'm not saying you should not make assumptions. You always assume that I will wake up the next day. Okay. So far, you have been right, Ishan. So far, that assumption has been correct. Yeah. Otherwise, you would be here, right? The point is that there are a lot of things we assume. We look at a situation without getting all the facts, we just jump to conclusions. And I can tell you, people who are always in the habit of jumping to conclusions, they make mistakes. Okay, let me share a question with you. Let's say this is a question here. I want you to take a piece of paper and draw this diagram very quickly. Ken? Done? Okay, in this is a puzzle, okay, where you have to connect A to A. Ignore this line here. This one I don't typo. A to A, B to B, and C to C with 3 different lines. 3 lines, one line for each, connecting each alphabet. A to A, B to B, and C to C. But there are certain conditions. The main condition is the lines cannot cross each other. Are you with me? Are you following? Tell me. If you are, then put in a yes. Right. Second condition, you cannot draw the lines outside of the box. Or they say, but this suppose you think out of the, yeah, it's a thing out of the box, but sometimes there are restrictions, right? And you cannot draw along the border. You cannot say A and A already connected. No. And then you cannot have a line jumping on over another line. You cannot. And you cannot have dotted lines. Suddenly, thick lines and then dotted lines. So you say not crossing. Cannot. And you cannot shift the places of the alphabets. You cannot shift the boxes. I want to put the A here, cannot put the C here instead. Cannot. Okay, you cannot shift the places of the boxes. And another thing, last thing, you cannot poke a hole in the paper and draw at the back and come. Okay. Someone raised their hand. Who's that? Huh? All of you okay? I know. Yeah, Yomi. I tell you, some kids are very smart, very over creative. They can poke a hole here, then come behind and then join and say, can what? 3-dimensional lines. What do you mean 3-dimensional lines? 不可以啦, I never heard of 3-dimensional lines. Is line, one single line. Hello. Satu garis. One straight, not straight. I mean 3 lines. That's all. Go. Quickly do. See if you get it. I will give you guys 1 minute to do this exercise. Okay. Done. Wow, so fast. I don't know if you got okay, why don't you all can you show me how you have done it? Show me, can show or not? Maybe you on your camera and show your diagram. Can anybody? are you going to show? Okay, screenshot. Okay, send me a screenshot. Okay, can. 可以了. Ironing. Okay, waiting. Anybody? Okay, for those of you, okay, she's showing a screenshot now. Okay. Now I have to open the screenshot to see. 1 minute. Ayo, cannot lah. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you. It cannot cross another box. I mean, you're not right. You're okay. Sorry, one more thing I didn't say. Yeah, maybe I should say. It cannot cross a different, cannot touch another box. You see, you know, they must all. If A to A means A to A, and it cannot touch B or C. Cannot. Good try anyway. Anyway, good try. Can I give you guys the answer? Can I give you? No touch or yes, law. You guys want to see the answer now? Yeah, I think Yongmi or some of you also send me. Okay, I cannot open all your screenshots lah. But anyway, I think some of you probably got it right. Okay, the first line is this. Second line you draw here. Can you see the third line? You just draw it around the B, the C and the B. Can you see this first? You see the thing is, let me tell you what assumptions most students will make, or most people will make. They will say, well, A, B, and C. Sure, start with A first. You just think of, okay, I mean, obviously start with A first, right? A, B, C, well, not A, C, B, A. So they can draw one. Do you know, if you draw a line from A to A, that's it. You can never get it already. And it gets stuck. See, this, you see, there are three kinds of people who attempt this question. The first category are the people who just look and look. They don't even try. You see, impossible. How to do? How to connect? No lah. This question don't have answer. This Jaya fella is just trying to simply play a trick on us. No way we can get an answer to this. That's the one category of people where they don't even try. They give up before they start. Then the second category will just connect A to A first. These are people in life who are willing to try one time, and just because they don't get it, they say, oh my God, I give up. Do you know, to learn public speaking, I spent 12 years. 12 years, not 12 months, 12 years. You think what? I one day woke up, you know, being a shy person, one day woke up and said, I want to become a great speaker. And then I was able to speak very confidently. You think so? You know how many times I've failed, how many times I've made mistakes. And that's how we learn. You make mistakes along the way, it's okay. So the best students, the best creative people are the ones who try A to A. Sure cannot. Definitely A to A cannot. Then you try to B to C first. Oh, okay. Then, I got it. Then C to C. I got it. And then they cannot get A to A. Oh, I can't get it, man. Then they say, maybe I go. Oh, Jaya say cannot. Go along the border, also cannot. I touch B, oh, B also cannot. A dotted line, oh, also cannot. Wait, A, oh my God, yes, of course. It's going around the B and the C. These are the people who solve problems, even if they're difficult. Are you with me? You know, that means what? Don't do just once, just try. I also try, cannot. They are, yeah, exactly. It's Esther, you said they are the researchers. Absolutely. You can say they are the scientists. You know, scientists, you think what scientists all do experiment, wow, suddenly come with a breakthrough. Oh my God. You know how many times they'll fail, they try this, doesn't try that, then they will eliminate this one, okay, this one, oh yeah, okay, God, I got, isn't it? These are creative people. So students, if you want to be creative, this is the basic rule of creativity. And There's another question here, which I leave it to you guys to go and try on your own. I may not have time to go through this, but just very quickly share this with you. This question is simple, but you think about it. There are 8 billiard balls. You know snooker balls. You go snookering, snookers. They look the same. I mean, colors are different, same size, same, everything same. But there is one of these balls with a flaw. The white one function different. Okay, it's not about a game. This I just came up from the manufacturing. I told you, but you know, as they were testing, they found out one of the balls, one of these billiard balls or snooker balls rather is lighter. It's lighter than the rest. That means 7 same weight. One is slightly lighter. You cannot use your hand to find out. So we give you these scales here, this Dutching, and tell you, you can use this Dutching only 2 times. And you must take out the lighter ball. Can you do that? Can you take out the lighter ball by just using the Dutching 2 times? Yes or no? I give you guys 1 minute to figure out the answer. Tell me if we can. Okay, who has got the answer? You can use the scales 2 times, but you must take out the right lighter ball and say, yeah, this ball, this snooker ball is lighter. Put 3-3, then 2-2. How is that? Put 3 and put 2-2. You put 2-2, what happens? Let's say one goes up. You still don't know which one of the 2 is the lighter one, right? Jiang Li. Cho Jiang Li, is it? Yeah. Oh, Lim, okay, Lim. Lin Chao Jiang. You see, if you put 2-2, okay, one goes up. How? You see, okay, one goes up, HM, okay. So there are 2 balls here. How do you know which one of the 2 is the lighter one? How? Tell me. Okay, put 3-3, one is lighter. So what happens? Correct? I agree. What's the next step? Put 3-3 first. If no balance, then select. 3. Now you got it. Okay, now since you have got the one that goes lighter, one side is lighter when you put 3-3, and then you just select 2 and you put 1 on 1. Then what happens? What happens when you put 1 from the lighter side? You put 1 and 1. What happens? What happens after that? It's quite straightforward, right? If one of them goes up, one side goes up, there's a lighter ball. But if they remain the same, then the one that you took out, exactly, the one that is taken out is a lighter ball. Good, very good, excellent. You know what? Most people cannot find a solution to this because you know why? They will look at things in the logical way. They will assume that you have to put 4-4. Do you know if you put 4-4, you'll end up with 3 steps? You see that? They don't go beyond what is normally done. Remember, one of the things about creativity is variations. They cannot, they always put 4, 4. I say, they say, put 4, and you know, I've seen people, I say, try to change. Yeah, I'm changing. I put 4 first. That's not changing, hello. And then they say, oh, maybe 1, 1. I say, you know how many times you got to put 1, 1? You have to wait at least 7 times. You see, it might end up 7 times because the last ball is a lighter one. You keep weighing, and then finally you get the right ball, right? So the point is this: are you willing to try a different method rather than putting 4? Let me try with a 3 or with a 2. You know, it's okay. I mean, of course, you don't just straight away start with 3, 3. Never mind. You start with 4, 4, and you say, oh, it comes to 3 weighings. Jaya said only 2 weighings, so that means it's 4, 4 may not work. Don't get stuck in that. Are you with me? Don't think that what you're doing, don't make an assumption that this is the only way. And you know what is a B stands for? What B stands for? B is bias. You become biased. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that we are sometimes very biased? I asked a simple question. There were 2 people traveling in a car, a father and son, real father, real son, biological father and son. Don't ask me afterwards whether they were really father and son. Father and son. The car was going very fast, and the car skidded and rammed into a lorry. Bad accident. The father died. The boy didn't die, but he was in a very bad shape. Ambulance came, took the boy from the car and rushed him to the nearest hospital. At the hospital, the chief surgeon was called. Doctor, can you come down? There is a boy who is bleeding very badly. I think we can save him. Bad accident. So the surgeon came, you know, with a mask, all the doctor's white uniform, blue uniform, surgeon's blue uniform. Same, saw the boy laid out on the table, wiped the boy's face, and the doctor got a shock. You know what shock? The doctor said, oh my God, that is my son. How did that happen? How can the doctor say, it's my son, when the father died in the accident? Huh. I wonder. Or someone is asking me a question. Okay. I think HM can answer that for him. Oni, if you choose 3, what happens to the remaining 2? Okay, you see, if they are the same, you take all the 3, the remaining 2 you just put on top. You already got the one which is lighter, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't tell you that scenario. If you put 3, 3, it will work out perfectly. Got it? You got it? The two things they happen. Okay, two scenarios. One is it doesn't balance. One is it balances. If it balances, then you know it's not there. You just take the remaining 2, put 1, 1. You already got it, isn't it? Make sense? Only you got it? Okay, anyway. I'll give you the answer to that. The second question I asked you about the surgeon. You got my question, guys? Students, did you get my question? Yes. You got it or not? Okay, right, okay. Still thinking. So what's the answer? What's the answer? Don't worry about being wrong. See, students, let me tell you something. In life, you want to solve a problem, surely you'll make some mistakes along the way. There's no such thing as perfection from the start. They were in different cars. The child's father is the doctor's son. What? Child's father. Oh, you gave me a puzzle. No. They were in the same car. Same car. One single car. Single. Doctor's son-in-law. Small boy, hello. Father is a twin. Now, if you are so creative. You look at B here, I told you what, think out of the box. B stands for bias. Why do you think I put a bias? You know what's bias or not? Sometimes we are religiously biased. You know, religiously, oh, my religion is correct, your religion is wrong. So we are biased. We could be nationally biased. That means we think that, oh, we are Malaysians are better than them. Or, you know, Americans is better than us. Or whatever it is, we are so biased. No, bias is not deviation. Bias is we have certain set patterns in our thinking which we think is right. We think something is superior than the other. Exactly. It could be gender bias. I didn't tell you the surgeon is a male, but you jump to conclusion. You have a bias to think all doctors are males when it's not true. You know, every child has got two parents, right? Why didn't you think of it? Father died, mother still around. Huh? Doctors means must be male. Cannot be female doctor. So this is how our brain is automatically programmed to think. Let me give you one example. Last time, during one of the Mind festivals, you know, Utah's MMLM Mind festivals, which was held in MIECC, and we always have a booth. Our company Success Edge always we have a booth there, and during that time, there was one young man who walked in to a booth and he was introducing himself to me, and he told me, "Hi, my name is," I don't know his name, but he said he is from Nigeria. I don't know about you, but for me, the word Nigeria is like, oh, con man. It's a bias. I'm not saying I'm right. I was wrong. I thought, oh, they're scammers. Or maybe they're the belt sellers. You know, they carry the big bag. When you see in a mama store, they come and say, this one, 20 ringgit. You want 20 ringgit? Yeah. So, yeah, national prejudice. Yes, exactly right. So that's the kind of bias which I was biased towards them. And when he came and he said, I'm Nigerian, I like, oh, I quickly, I moved away from him slowly, not immediately, but I didn't want to talk to him. Like, you know, I didn't lie on him so much. And then he came out to me and he gave me his name card. He said, by the way, I'm a visiting professor in UITM. And I saw he's a doctor something, PhD in some psychology or something. And I felt so bad. I said, oh yeah, oh, nice to meet you. And I started talking to him. So then I realized, I said, oh wait, give me a slap. I said, hey, you're biased, like that. Should not be. So sometimes it happens subconsciously, sometimes we also do it consciously, right? We think that women are not as good as men in becoming managers, for example. If you are a CEO, you only promote all the men to manager level. So it means you're biased, right? You're prejudiced. Okay. In other words, bias is prejudice as well. What do you think C stands for? Come on, tell me. C. Samoa. What could C be? CB. Make a guess, make a guess. Now, let me share this with you. These things that I'm telling you, the A, B, C, D, no. These are wrong. These are bad things, not good things. These are things that will hold you back. These are your limitations. These are what is making the box, what is keeping you inside. Assumption is preventing you from being creative. Bias is also a way of killing your creativity. And what do you think C can be? confuser. Comfort, yes, okay. Comfort is conservative, could be one, yes. Yes, comfort is one. Challenge is good. Challenge, if you like to be challenged, that means you can be creative. People not challenged. Okay, let me tell you what the C is. C stands for conformity. You know, it's conformity. Not conformity, not confirm, conform. Conform means you follow what other people are doing. People are saying this, so you say, oh yeah, correct, yeah, you're right. You do not challenge things. You just agree with people. They say, let's do this way. Okay lah. Let's do it lah. You don't say why. Hey, wait, maybe something can go wrong, no? Are you sure or not? We don't ask questions. We don't question. We simply accept. Or we do things the way we have been doing. You either conform with other people, or you conform with the way you have been doing things in the past. I've been doing it this way. I keep doing it the way I think it works. So what? There may be a better way to do it. You get what I'm saying? So conformity is not going to help you to become creative. And this is how even in adults, even in a meeting, you see what they say? All those who favor say aye. So I say aye. Very good. Aye, yes. He says this fellow saying what? You got to be kidding. Heaven forbid, no, 1,000 times no. But on their faces, he says, yes, boss. Sure. Sure can go on. Very good, boss. Fantastic. Idiot. Good. But inside thinking, idiot, stupid. Cannot get. Sure cannot. The point is, are you willing, even if it is your boss, to say, excuse me, boss, I think maybe that's not right. Yes, but it depends on how you say. Young Mei, they're afraid they may lose the job. Yes, of course, I know, I understand that. But if let's say you know that you see the boss is not always right. Is the boss always right? Let me ask you this: is your boss always right? You sometimes even your lecturer can be wrong. Yes or no? Do you know I have corrected my teacher's English when I was in Form 3, not even in college. My English teacher made a mistake. And of course, I couldn't tell. But you see, it's exactly. Exactly. That's what I was coming to. Convey the information, say it in a nice way, polite. Don't go and say, hey, boss, you're wrong. How stupid are you? You're asking for trouble. I think that's the last day of your job. But if you say, boss, I think it's a good idea. Always say good idea first, good idea. But only thing, I just wonder, do you think it, because these things all we cannot really predict. It might be more expensive. Then the boss say, really? Yeah, okay lah. Maybe it's like that. Okay, that another thing for C is comfort zone. Someone said comfort zone. Yes, he's right. You know what's comfort zone or not? If you're comfortable, would you want to change? Would you have to think hard? Everything is given to you. What will you do? Thank you. You know, the kids these days, they're so comfortable. They don't push themselves. If I was born in my parents giving me everything, I tell you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I won't be a trainer. Do you know training is not an easy task? Would you agree with this? Do you think it's easy to train someone? Think so? It's not. But how do you find my training? Do you find it different from others, or is it the same? You might have gone for so many trainings, so many talks, I don't know. Is mine different, or is it the same? The way I present, the way I talk to you, the way I share my slides. my way is, of course, I'm not pushy. I don't push people. But the point is, I've developed my own style of presenting. You know that? The point is that interaction is there. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. My own style. I develop my style. And I enjoy the way I talk. And not only just because I'm training you guys, but for me, it's a fun thing. It's I suppose you can hear in my voice, right? I just love sharing information. You can ask Sheza. She's been following me for so long. We have been doing programs. Sometimes she follows me to even like outside Klang Valley. We go to Johor sometimes. But the point is that every time I speak, especially, of course, I also train adults, but especially when I train you people, students, I really love it when I'm doing this. Okay. You make things fun. You do it from the bottom of your yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go quickly into. Remember this. These are the questions you can ask. Ask yourself who, what, when, where, and why. I call it the 1 husband and 5 wives. Okay, well, husband is the how. Okay, that's where you can when you're. Oh, one more thing. Oh, sorry, I missed out one thing. There's the last thing, which is. So where is that? I'll just skip through some of this. The last A, B, C, D is oh, I didn't have it here. Okay, under the D, what do you think D could stand for? A is, oh, you saw it. Okay, it was there, is it? Okay, doubt, yes. Not don't. Yes, oh, it was there. Okay, I must have missed the slide. Okay, D is doubt. You see, we all have doubts. We all are afraid. People will make fun of us. People will call us crazy. But don't let that hold you back. But you see, you know what is courage or not? Courage is doing something despite your fear. You think people don't have fear when they do something? They always have. You are humans, right? So you always have fear. But the people who make it are the people who would say and do something. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't mind being afraid. And okay, this is also brainstorming. I just go quickly, very quickly. Some ideas people have created because they think creatively, like this, for example. Isn't it interesting, Ben? Do you know you can have like a screw to take out your pineapple? Those if you like to sing in the bathroom, you can have a sponge microphone. Huh? Isn't it interesting? And if you like to serve people and your tray is always slipping from your hands, you can have a slip-free tray like that. Okay, students, I would like to ask you any questions you have for me before I close. 有什么问题吗? Anything that you want to, you can disagree with me. Students, I am okay with that. You can, if not, just put in the chat box one thing that you have learned from today's session. Were you a top student back since you have so many creative ideas? Oh, thanks for the question, Young Mei. Let me tell you this. I will share with you all a place to sign up and to be in touch with me. Okay, I will also take more. I'll take more questions as well. I do have programs for trainers. I thought you guys are too young, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I have just join me after I share a group. The point I want to make is, wait, let me give you all something to join over. See, I was actually an average student. And I used to ask my teachers in school how to be a better student. I didn't get very good answers. Until I was in college, remember Tha College, I was doing accounting. Accounting law is a paper. And my lecturer, Mr. Ng, He's probably the most boring lecturer I ever had in my life, because he was just boring. I mean, he would just come and he just read his not PowerPoint at the time, OHP, or just write on a board and just talk. He would never interact with us. D is for doubt, yeah. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to never pass my law paper. Law has got a lot of facts to remember. And I was really terrified. And one day in our college library, sometimes God is very, very kind. God will sometimes give us the answer to something that you are looking for. And I found a book in my college library called The Memory Book. And I took the memory book and I told myself, this is just what I needed. And when I read the book, it gave me some answers. It taught me how to use my memory. It said you can develop methods by which you can improve your memory. So I tried, and guess what? I passed my law paper. But I only wish I had learned this, Young Mei, when I was in Form 3. I would have scored like nobody's business. But, I thought, but anyway, I learned it on the finals 1 year before my final university days or college days. And I took it and I used it. And I went to start a tuition center, and I was teaching those students how to pass exams by using those memory techniques. And you know what? They will come and say, sir, I became #1 in class in my Sejarah. I said, oh my God, it works. And today, that's what I have been doing. For the last 25 years, I've taught students in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Brunei, in Sri Lanka, in India. Students, of course, the other places I went for adult training, but these students have come back. And let me share with you all just give me one video of a student who did extremely well. Just give me 1 minute. Do you know a student used these techniques, and you know what happened to him? Can you all see my screen? This okay. You can see this, right? I'm going to share sound. Okay, watch this college student.
My name is Joel. I'm 19 years old this year. And I'm just a brief introduction, right? I'm studying at INTI College. I'm doing electrical and electronic engineering. Next year, I'm going to University of New South Wales in Australia to do telecommunications. And I just got my Astro scholarship. So yeah, this is it. I'm going to get my Astro scholarship, and I'm just going to go over and study for free. All right. I mentioned that this thing actually reduced my revision time by 50 to 70%. That was something like a lot of things to remember, and it's just like that. I have more time to improve. And to be very honest with you, I'm not, let's say, a D student. All right. The greatest thing that this program has benefited me is my time. Now, instead of spending, let's say, 3 hours a day, I spend something like 20 minutes or 15 minutes a day revision, and I practically just remember everything I need to remember. All right. And the whole good thing about this whole creativity workshop is that I don't just learn skills, but when I learn creativity, I learn to combine a few techniques together and think creatively, think of ways to make things better and faster. That was one technique that we learned just now, but there are a few techniques you can just combine together and just suits my subject, and it further reduces the time that I need to study. And yeah, that's what I benefited from this. In INTI College, I'm the #1 student now for my engineering course.
Okay. To answer your question, that is my student, Joel Lee. He cut his revision from how long to how long? 3 hours to 20 minutes. He got a scholarship to study in Australia and became #1 in class. And this is what I'm teaching students how to do. And you know what, students, I have some good news for you. I'm actually having a session like this. This is called a Study Smart formula. And normally it's about it's 100 ringgit for you people. I'm offering you a free ebook. I'm sharing with you super memory, mind mapping, learning faster, and scoring easily. It's happening this Sunday, and you guys can join by. I'm going to give you a link to join this. Normally it's 100 ringgit, but I'm giving you a very special. I'll give you 50% off for that. Those of you interested, you're please welcome to join this. So I'm going to share with you the link. And even if you're not joining, you can just join the link, and you want to just keep in touch with me also can. Somebody asked me some questions which I've not been able to answer. Just give me a minute. I'm sharing it here now. That's the link you can join. And oh, you want the radio record? The one you got to get from Miss Sheza or Miss Iris. So, all right, students, this is like yeah, this is a link. So you guys can always just connect with me. If you need my number, I'll give you my number as well if you want to ask me anything. Okay, this is also my number here, 019-669-3497. Oh, sorry. I think I sent it directly to Iris. 019-669-3497. Yeah. All right, students, thank you for joining today's session. I hope you guys gained something. You can put in the chat box if you've gained something from today's workshop.
Okay.
If none, then never mind, no problem, because time is running short. So I will, most welcome, Georgia, right? Georgia. Thanks for Sheza and Iris and the rest of the gang who has been present throughout and with me. So I'll pass the control back to Sheza.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jaya. Okay, Mr. Jaya, is
Yes.
there anything else you would like to share with us before you wrap up?
Okay. So thank you everybody for coming. Let me just share with you all one more time the link in case you would like to join, be in touch with me. This is the session that I'm going to do. It's called the Study Smart Formula, as I'm going to share. But I like to say that always remember this, that you have amazing potential. It's just a matter of applying and looking for ways to bring that out. So as I said, that it's not what happened in the past, the way you come from. Remember that your past does not equal your future. A lot of people think that, oh, I've been just that. No, not necessarily so. It's just a matter of applying. And I came from a very humble background. I came from a kampong, small, tiny kampong. And I never in my wildest dream thought that I would be talking to you students here. And that's what I'm doing, right? And I hope I've inspired you all to reach for higher than where you are right now. You can, because you know what? There's no limit to what you can achieve. It's just a matter of putting yourself out there, learning as much as you can, and apply some of these techniques I've shared with you today. And I tell you, it will help you tremendous in your life, because these things have helped me a lot. And Sheza can probably vouch for that as well. Sheza, you know that, right? Because Sheza has seen me for the last so many years, and she's been like joining me in some of the sessions.
Yes, sir.
So you people can as well. You can be anything you want to be. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for the organizers and all of you students who join me, and I wish you all the best in your life and your studies and everything. Bye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Stay safe.